Pantone names Cloud Dancer as 2026 color of the year, and people are losing their minds over this right now, and it is hilarious. Pantone names Cloud Dancer as 2026 color of the year. Officially Pantone 11-4201. Cloud Dancer works as a soothing neutral that pairs with any color in fashion, design, and tech. Some see political meaning in the choice, linking it to post-election feelings or loaded symbols, while others question ties to history and past donations. Defenders point out last year's warm brown mocha mousse faced no complaints, highlighting the split over white as purity or blank slate. Designers welcome its versatility as Pantone stays silent on the politics. Stay silent, don't say anything. What was their color last year? Let me see. Warm, comforting. Let's see. Pantone color of the year 2025, which it's like a year ahead. It's like a car, right? 2026 model. But 2025 was Mocha Mousse, a rich, warm, mellow brown that evokes comfort, indulgence, and the pleasure of chocolate and coffee. Speaking of coffee, hang on. Why I think they're pissed is white. Cloud Dancer. White goes with everything. Liberals don't like white going with everything. They use race. It always comes down to race. It pisses me off, man. It's always a racial thing. It's funny at the end of the day. You have to kind of sit back and have fun with this and just kind of watch the meltdown.
Hey, Pantone, you're fired.
Uh-oh.
You really chose white? You chose white in these times? You're fired. This is Katie Rogers Feng Shui. I know the danger of that kind of messaging, and I'm not having it. I'm not having it. Really, 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 really bad choice.
Why is it bad? Why is it bad? Yeah, this is why it's a problem. Yeah. Why is this a problem? It's not. It's because you're hateful. You hate people. You're depressed. You're depressed. You have no life. You have nothing going for you right now of any sort of positivity in your world. You need a role model. It's so easy to trigger people.
Now to the color choice that surprised many in design. The Pantone Color Institute has chosen its color of the year for 2026. And for the first time in the Institute's 27 years of picking a color, it's a shade of white.
It's a shade of white, AKA piss off the liberal, racial white people.
For more on the reveal, we're joined by Pantone Color Institute's Vice President, Lori Pressman. Welcome back to the show.
Oh, okay. Now we're going to hear it from the horse's mouth.
Lori. This color has elicited a lot of reaction from folks in the design world.
Yeah.
They may be tickled pink or seeing red, but...
Hold on. Did she say tickled pink?
Can you tell us about this color? They may be tickled pink or seeing red.
What does she mean by tickled pink? You might be seeing some tickled pink. I don't know. I've never heard that of using it in that terminology before. That's new.
But what can you tell us about this color choice and how you went about in choosing it?
What we do, this is a global team of people who I liken to color anthropologists. They can see the world through the lens of color. And we're looking at all the different influences we see showing up across design.
So she's seeing the world through the lens of color, which that doesn't necessarily mean a bad thing, because the whole world is full of color in general. The world is full of color for people, colorful buildings. What movie was that? Mask. In the movie, there was a scene in the movie where he was at summer camp. And he was at summer camp. I don't want to spoil it. Well, tough shit. I'm going to spoil it for you. That movie's old as shit. It's been out since the 80s. It's got Cher in it and Sam Elliott. Hey, shout out to the Sam Elliott fans out there. It has Cher, Sam Elliott, and Eric Stoltz, I think, that played Rocky Dennis. And there's a scene in the movie where he is getting Rocky Dennis. Rocky's trying to get away from his mother, who was a drug addict. And he went to summer camp. But the summer camp was about people or the kids that went to the summer camp wasn't your typical summer camp. Everybody at the summer camp there was blind. So I'm assuming, and the thought around that was because of the way he looked. He didn't want to be, he knew he really wasn't going to be criticized much by the kids that went there because they're blind. They can't see. So he goes to the summer camp and he meets this girl, and the girl is blind, right? So his personality in the movie is very likable. He had a very good personality, very smart kid, super smart kid. And he goes there, he builds this friendship with this girl, and she was having a conversation with him in the movie, and she couldn't figure out what things meant as far as like what things felt like or what that meant, just like things in general. Like she didn't know what things looked like. Obviously she's blind. He was talking to her in the movie. I'm just kind of speculating. I can't remember like verbatim of what happened. I'm just kind of going off remembrance here. But anyway, because the conversation came up, she's like, I don't know what clouds look like. I've never seen, because they were having a conversation and somehow clouds got brought into it. And she's like, I don't know what clouds look like. And the genius of Rocky Dennis in the movie, I don't know if that's a true story or not. It had to have been. He takes cotton balls and he tells her, hold your hand out. And he's like, these are clouds. This is what clouds feels like. And he puts like some cotton balls in her hand. You know, she was like excited. She's like, oh, I understand. Because nobody can ever get her to understand what things looked like and what things felt like. And the genius of Rocky Dennis in the movie is he would put cotton balls in her hand and he's like, these are clouds. These are clouds. And she's like, oh, wow, it's really soft. And then he took a rock and I think he put it in a microwave. He picked up a rock. I think he stuck it in the microwave. And then he took the rock out of the microwave and it was hot, right? And then let me backtrack a little bit. Clouds, he said, were blue. This is the sky with clouds. He said, this is blue. Because I think that's what it was. I think she couldn't determine like what the colors meant or what they were because she couldn't see. He's like, this is blue. These are what clouds feel like. This is blue. Oh, that's what it was. Blue. I think he put something cold in her hands. That's what it was. He put something cold in her hand. I think it was ice. He took ice and he put it in her hand. He's like, this is blue. And then he took a rock, he put it in a microwave and he picked it up and he put it in her hand. He's like, this is red. And then she started to understand. There's the whole point I'm trying to make here is there is meaning in everything when it comes to color. It's not just a racial thing. That movie is a great fucking movie. If you've never seen Mask with Cher and Sam Elliott, I encourage all you guys to go watch it. Sorry, that just came to mind because we're all talking about this whole color thing. And when I saw this, it just now popped into my mind. Not everybody sees color the way these crazy liberals do. The only way you're going to have a problem with this is if you have hatred in your heart.
And we could see this showing up, whether it was in art, whether it was in fashion, whether it was interiors or product design. We're looking at new materials and effects, social media. And then from there, we look to see what is driving this. And when we look around,
what is driving
we see
it?
Everything that's happening, the 24/7 hustle culture.
How many people are a fan of white roses? Are you a fan of white roses? I'm a fan of white roses. I like white roses, red roses, yellow daisies. They all mean something. And I never find it to be hateful in any way, shape, or form. Black is my favorite color. Obviously, if you go watch any of my videos, I'm wearing a black shirt. I'm wearing black shorts right now. I'm wearing a black hat. Maybe we'd be better off if we were all blind. That was in the movie. Mask. That's why he went to the camp. Everybody's blind. No one's going to see me for what I look like. They're going to see me for what I sound like and in my personality. Maybe we all should be blind.
Feel overstimulated and overcommitted. All these distractions coming in at us, and seeing how people were looking for simplicity, looking for clarity, just wanting to disconnect, just wanting to step back just a little bit, and really take that time to calm their mind, relax their mind, and open themselves up in a different way.
It's true.
And see things above the clouds.
Look at these colors: blue, yellow, gray, purple, red, peach, moose. Mocha mousse. Nobody said anything. And nobody chose, throughout those years, that was like the most racial tension I think our country has ever seen over the last 4 years. Better half of 5 years, actually. 6, if you want to be honest. That's where I felt like the racial tendencies like really were sparking in this country. You don't see white in there. Then they come out with white, and it makes you wonder, were they trying to use white in previous years, but something scared them to not using white because they were afraid of the backlash? And then they see the whole Sydney Sweeney thing, and then they see the American Eagles thing, and then they see other organizations that just are starting to say, I don't care what you think anymore. I'm going to do what I see fit. It just goes back to what I was saying previously. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, it's not a big deal. It really isn't. If you see a problem with this, I think you need to take a step back and reevaluate your life, reevaluate your inner self, and reevaluate just the things that are going on in your life to cause you to be so hateful and so angry at something so stupid. The liberals that have some sort of racial hatred in their heart, or just hatred in general, those are the people that are pissed off, that have a problem with this. And it's really sad. It really is. It's really sad. It's just at the end of the day, these people are just hateful. They're just hateful people, and they have no lives. Maybe if we all couldn't see the hatefulness in their heart, maybe if everybody was, not so triggered by anything and everything anymore. So for me, in my opinion, this is not a big deal. I don't see any problem with this. I think it's a you thing. I think it's your problem. I think it's you that is sparking the hatefulness in your heart. I think you should reevaluate yourselves. I think you should just sit down and really evaluate your life and say, hey, is this something I should be really thinking about and really taking time to let this get to me? No. Just get along with everybody. Love everybody as much as you possibly can. I know nowadays it is hard. It is difficult for people to get along with one another. So I want you guys to tell me in the comment section below that, do you think that this is a problem? Do you see any sort of hate towards this? Or do you think it's not a big deal? It's just a color. It means nothing. Let me know your thought process in the comment section below. Like our videos, subscribe to the channel, turn on all the notifications so you don't miss any time I upload a video or when I go live. And we will see you all very soon. Take care.